Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lauren and today I'm going to show you my favorite foundation routine for the summertime. For those days where you really want to have a full face of makeup on and be super glammed up, but you don't want your whole face to melt off, you know? It's awful when that happens. I don't wear a full face of foundation almost ever, but for instance for my college graduation I really wanted to have a full face of makeup on and look really polished because I was graduating college. It's pretty awesome. But I didn't want it to melt off and look crazy and awful because my ceremony was outside in the sun in the Virginia heat and humidity in May. So I'm going to go through and show you my favorite way to put on a liquid foundation and have it stay on and look really nice with a full face of makeup in the summertime. So if you like to see the pretty easy way that I get my skin to go from looking like this to this, then just keep on watching. I just went ahead and exfoliated my skin and like washed it so it's nice and clean, and I put on some face moisturizer so my skin is all prepped and ready to go. I personally don't like using primers, so I'm just going to go straight in with the foundation that I like to use, and this is the Rimmel Lasting Finish 25 Hour Breathable Foundation in the shade 100 Ivory. I really like this one because it has SPF 20 sunscreen in it, which is really important for when you're going to be out in the sun. And this is the only foundation that I've used that doesn't make my face look cakey and like too matte and like kind of crinkly. You know how foundation can sometimes look really weird. And I just apply it straight from this little applicator that is like the top of the container. And I just put that on my face. I just use like one like dip's worth really for most of my face. And just kind of put it on everywhere. And it looks like I might be putting on a lot, but it's really not that much. It's just the amount that was on the thing, the applicator thing. Yeah. And then I take a damp beauty sponge, and as you might imagine, I blend that onto my skin. And I really like this foundation because it blends super easily. It's pretty full coverage, but it's not too crazy. It still looks like your own skin, and it smells good. Did I say that already? It smells really good. And then once that first layer is all blended in, I'll put some on my forehead because I didn't put any there before, and a little bit more down my nose. And I go ahead with this under my eyes, almost like concealer, because I feel like sometimes if you put foundation on first, then you don't need as much concealer. And then, like, you know, the less stuff that's on your face, the better, right? And I also will take whatever's left on the sponge and put it over my eyelids too, because it kind of primes them. And, you know, just kind of takes away a little bit of like the colors that are all over your eyelid. Well, now that my foundation is on, which took like 45 seconds, it's super easy, I'm going to take my Benefit Erase Paste because I still have some dark circles under my eyes that I want to cover up. So I will use this first. And I like to take just a little bit on my finger and then pat it under my eyes with just my hand. And yeah, this takes a second to kind of blend into your skin, but I think it does a good job at covering up the like purple dark circles that I have. And I also will blend onto my eyelid as well. I don't know if you can see a difference on camera between this one and that one with the new concealer on it, but it does do a pretty big difference in real life. Now to conceal my dark circles a little bit better and to go over some of the spots on my face, I'm going to take my Maybelline Master Concealer in the color Fair. For my under eyes, I only take like that much. It's a little tiny bit, and then I get it between my two ring fingers evenly, and then I just carefully pat it under there while looking up so it doesn't get in my lower lashes, because that's really annoying. So I just kind of pat it all over, and I make sure to get right in here because right there I'm kind of like blue, which is weird. I've never really seen other people have like blue right there on their nose. But anyway, and then I take a little bit up onto my eyelids, kind of the same way I did the other concealer. And this way I take my time patting because if you swipe, it'll just mess up everything that you already have on. Okay, now all my liquid products are on, so I'm going to set all of this so that I won't move or crease or do anything funny using my Covergirl True Blend pressed powder and an e.l.f. like fluffy powder brush. And I just take some on the brush and buff it all over my face. And I really like how this sets everything to look more matte. I personally like the matte look as long as it's not like chunky, creasy, you know. And this powder does a good job for doing that for me. And I take a lot of time to make sure under here gets set because I don't want all that concealer to crease or like move around later. And I also set my eyelids, and this basically just primes my eyes, so my eyes are already primed along with the rest of my face being done. Everything is nice and set now, so it's not going to move, but I'm really, really, really white now. Like, I'm super washed out, I can tell on my camera, just because everything is the same. So I'm going to bring a little bit of warmth and life back into my face. First, I'm going to go in with this Rimmel like trio with a highlighter, a contour, and a blush using this little Ecotools brush. And with a little bit on my brush, I just kind of put it on, not super carefully, I just kind of dust it on the sides of my face. But instead of going like down this way, I go like in that way. I don't know, I just think that looks better. And then I'll take a little bit up on the side of my face. I'm really not doing anything precise, just like a little dusting. And then I'll take some like down here if there's any left in the brush. My face is very round. I do not have defined cheekbones or anything like that. So I feel like contouring on me can look kind of funny because my face is just so not like sculpted at all. It's just so round. So going in with like a heavy contour looks really strange, I think, on me. Maybe you can do it. I don't know. Help me if you know any tips for doing it on a round face. But I just put some on the sides like that for my contour. Once that's done, I'm going to go in with some blush. And I really love this one from e.l.f. It's called Pink Passion. And I know it looks really crazy right here. It's this like really, really, really bright, bright pink. But when you put it on really sheer, it's just like a really nice wash of pink that's not too intimidating or scary. So with some on a brush, I just put some on the side of my cheeks like this with very light pressure because this stuff is pretty pigmented. So you just dust it on and get it on there. And I don't know if it looks intense on camera, but it's a little bit intense in person. So what I do is I get it on there, and then I take my powder brush and I just go over it a little bit, which kind of softens the color. That looks nice. I really like how it looks. It's nice and subtle and just like makes you look healthy. I'm going to highlight my cheekbones now, and I like to do that with my Anastasia Aurora Glow Kit. And I mix Luna and Eclipse together. And I just put that on. And this one is pretty glittery and intense. So I usually put it on and then I'll go again with my powder brush to dust over it to soften it a little bit. But I really like how it looks. I just think it's so pretty. Of course, you could go in with a less dramatic highlight if you want to, obviously. Now that I'm looking less like a ghost, I'm going to go and fill in my eyebrows a little bit. First, I like to just brush through them with a like a clean spoolie. This one's from e.l.f. Just to get the hairs all like arranged correctly, because that way you can see where you need to add some product. And the brow product that I like to use is this e.l.f. Eyebrow Kit in the color medium, which comes with like this gel, like, I don't know, gel side and a powder. I take the gel side on an angled brush and then I go through and put that in my brows where I need a little bit more, and then I'll set it with the powder. My brows are already pretty dark just by themselves, so I don't do a lot. I just kind of darken them up a little bit. Once I have my brows filled in a little bit, I am now done with this summer foundation routine. I wore this exact same combination of products for my college graduation, like I mentioned in my intro, which was outside for 2 hours, sitting in direct sunlight, and then I spent the rest of the day like wandering around with my family around my campus. And this held up perfectly. It didn't get gross, it didn't look bad. The whole day it stayed looking matte and really nice. So this combination really worked for me personally. And I know full coverage foundation isn't for everybody for every day, but I have a video about how I like to do my no makeup, which is like very minimal, no foundation, but looks really nice and polished. So if you want to check that out, I will link it below. And that's it, guys. That's all that I do for my summer foundation routine. Obviously, if you want to put eye makeup on, you would do that, or like lipstick or something, but this I just wanted to focus only on the face makeup. I wanted to pop back in a few hours later now that I have my eye makeup on, just so you can see how this looks like, how this looks when you have makeup on, because it can be hard to tell if face makeup looks good when you don't have anything on your eyes yet. So here we are. Here is how it looks with my eye makeup on. I hope you liked this video, and I hope that you try this out for yourself, or you have another combination of products that works for you in the summer, because it can be so disheartening and just annoying when you put makeup on, it looks really pretty at home, and then you go out for the day and then it melts. you know. So I hope that you like this video, and if you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd love to have you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!